The bell above the cafe door rang softly, the kind of sound most people ignore, except her. She stood there dripping rain onto the worn mat, eyes fixed on a single empty chair across from a man in a tailored coat. Steam rose from his untouched coffee. She swallowed and asked, in a voice that shook but did not break, "Is this seat only for the rich? And before you decide who belongs where, stay with me to the end, because this question will come back to you in a way you won't forget." If this story moves you even a little, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel so more stories like this can reach hearts that need them. Christmas lights blinked outside the window like patient witnesses. The cafe smelled of cinnamon and old wood, of hope pretending to be casual. The man looked up slowly, as if he had been summoned from somewhere far away. He was known to many as a CEO whose name traveled faster than his shadow, but here he was just a tired man sitting alone on Christmas Eve, hiding from the noise of success. He glanced at the empty chair, then at the girl. Her coat was too thin for winter, her shoes cracked at the sides, her hair tied back with a ribbon that had lost its color. She clutched a paper cup from the shelter across the street, its logo peeled away by time. The man's first instinct was to smile politely and say something rehearsed. His second instinct was to look down and return to his thoughts. But Christmas has a way of interrupting instincts. "No," he said finally, surprising himself with the firmness in his voice. "It's just a chair." She didn't move at first, as if permission was a language she didn't fully trust. When she sat, she perched on the edge, ready to leave at the slightest discomfort. Silence stretched, not awkward but curious. Outside, a bus hissed and pulled away, carrying people to warm homes. Inside, two lives hovered close enough to touch but not yet brave enough to do so. Her name was Lena. She told him because he asked, and because sometimes when someone asks gently, answers find their way out. She sold paper flowers near the station. On good days, she made enough to buy bread for her mother and brother. On bad days, she learned to be quiet about hunger. Tonight was a bad day. The shelter was full, and the cold had chased her into places she didn't belong. At least that's what she had been told all her life. The man listened, not with the nods of sympathy he'd perfected at charity galas, but with a stillness that felt new. He realized how rare it was for anyone to tell him the truth without asking for something in return. He offered to buy her a pastry. She hesitated, then shook her head. "Only if I can choose," she said. He laughed softly, the sound rusty from disuse. She chose the cheapest one and broke it in half, sliding the larger piece toward him without looking. Something in his chest loosened. He thought of his own childhood, of a kitchen table where his mother counted coins and called it a game so he wouldn't feel the weight of it. He hadn't thought of that table in years. As the cafe filled and emptied, their conversation grew. Lena spoke about her dreams with the practical courage of someone who knows dreams don't pay rent but believes in them anyway. She wanted to learn letters properly, to read stories without guessing. She wanted her brother to grow up thinking the world could be kind. The man spoke less, but when he did, his words were careful, like he was relearning how to use them. He admitted that being rich didn't save you from loneliness, it only gave it better furniture.